Yo, guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast. This is the Purple Show with me, Tom, Ben, Cam, and Fab. How are you guys doing?
Hello. All good, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good, sort of.
Me and Fab are not hungover. That's all I'm saying. Interesting week of games. We got Cam back this week. Obviously, didn't have him on last week. I know everyone missed him. So Cam's back. The Arsenal fan. The Arsenal fan, eh?
I wish I had something good to say.
Do you want to crack straight into the results, or anyone want to talk about anything interesting that's happened?
I mean, I've just said to you boys the William Saliba incident this morning. It doesn't look good for him, but I mean, it's not that bad, is it? It could be worse. Like the fact that he's taking a video of someone doing their business, it's not that bad, but pretty bad as well. So.
What happened this morning?
So overnight, this morning, William Saliba, the Arsenal player that's on loan at Nice.
Yeah.
One that hasn't got the team, but was really good. There's a video that's been leaked of him recording himself and then like hands across, and there's just this naked man like tackling his business and just doing cuts. It's just his reporter Arteta's leaked it because obviously he's out on loan. He's not really in favour with Arteta, and he's actually got the Nice Player of the Month when he's gone. So but that's the only news that I've got.
I mean, I saw a quote from Saliba being like, he only gave me like 2.5 games and then said I wasn't ready and I wasn't going to wait for him to give me a chance.
It's fair enough. He's been in the youth team. He's in the youth team, and we've been playing people like Mustafi and Socrates, and I get that he's young, but he's good. So why wouldn't you have him in the team or restart him?
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to wait for him to give me another chance, so I'm off.
Yeah, but he's only on loan, so he'll come back. But
is there a option to buy?
I don't think so. I think it's just a loan to the end of the season.
Okay, you lucky buggers, because it's 30 mil for Tomori. 30 mil for Tomori is a joke in this day and age.
Do you reckon they'll exercise that?
If he's done well, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
He's been starting for them, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been starting for them, and guess what? They top of the bloody table.
Yeah. Exactly. That is really bad business.
I don't understand that.
No, that's baffled me. That's really, really baffled me.
Maybe you should do what Liverpool are doing and buy someone from a championship club or lower.
Yeah. Speaking of centre backs at Chelsea, Jerome Boateng coming to Chelsea in the summer for free. Thought we were going to get Alaba. Would rather we got Alaba, but we got Jerome Boateng.
Is that confirmed? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty much confirmed. Yeah, I saw it's been all over the news outlets in terms of Chelsea.
That's solid though. You look at Thiago Silva, what he's done. So.
And Boateng's 32.
If we get Messi, he'll get turned inside out anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's more we're bringing in someone who only knows winning again. So it's like Thiago Silva only knew winning, but Boateng only knows winning. You're bringing in players that aren't long term. It's for short term success to get a Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. Just Abramovich.
If you that way, you might as well just bring Mourinho back for a couple of seasons and ditch him.
No, I think Chelsea are done with Mourinho. The fact that the second time he came, he purposely fell out with players so that and the board so he could go to Man United, and now he's gone to Spurs.
Well, most films don't have two. Usually it's trilogy. So
yeah,
I mean, you never know.
I mean, he proper like shit houses it because he walks through Chelsea with a Tottenham strip on, doesn't he? Just that don't get a toss, you know.
Yeah, he's never coming back to Chelsea.
You hope, but if you get desperate, you never know.
No.
They'll get Gus Hiddink back or something like that.
Yeah, we'll get Gus Hiddink back definitely.
Or,
he's got like a really good record though with
the other one, Scolari. You'll get Scolari back, something like that.
No, but Gus Hiddink, because you know how he normally becomes the interim manager. He's done it a couple of times whenever Chelsea sack someone and haven't got someone to replace. His like win record is really, really good.
Mm.
Because he always comes in when it's like we start dropping down the table, and then he gets us back into top 4. So I don't know.
Well, that's what Fushao's going to come in and do, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. We'll get into it. We'll get into it, Fab. We'll get into it. Don't worry. It excites me. It puts a smile on me and Ben's face. Oh yeah, the purple show's blue this week. The purple show's blue this week.
I can't argue with that at all.
All righty. All right.
My team is dead out here. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe we should just see ourselves out here at this point.
I'm going to keep quite quiet this week, I think. Just
let's talk about Sheffield United West Brom. What a game!
a good result, Sheffield. That.
Yeah, definitely a good result for Sheffield. But are we going to talk about it?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but
Neither did I.
Either.
I mean, Sheffield need it, and West Brom's a relegation competitor, so
yeah,
good result.
I mean, Sheffield have had an upturn in form, but whether it'll be enough to avoid relegation, I think it's probably like good for them in terms of leading into next season. They can, if they get relegated, it'll be good for the promotion push, maybe.
Yeah, imagine losing to Sheffield United though.
I know.
United.
I know. But I'm not going to say anything because I think we've got them soon, and so do City. I think so.
We play them.
I think we might play them soon. So I'm not going to say it.
He's not going to jinx it.
But it would be embarrassing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, talking about embarrassing, 2 red cards.
Man United, Southampton. Yes, I know. What awful game. What an awful yeah.
Go on, give us your piece, Cam, on Wolves Arsenal.
Best half of football that I've seen us play for a long time, until somehow David Luiz is sent off when he shouldn't have been. That's all I'm saying. And then from that point, we've got 10 men, and Leno's like bit of madness, clear sending off. But that's it. We were the better team. We deserved to win that game, but some poor decisions, poor decision making, and maybe we should talk about refs as well this week because there's been a lot happening. But yeah, that is probably one of the biggest like referee decisions that I've seen, and like false decisions as well. I don't know many people that say that's the right decision. I understand it's a penalty nowadays, it's a pen, but it's not a red card. No. And based off the rules, because the rules are so inconsistent and the interpretation so just like wide, that cost us the game, and that's really, really bad. But we were the better team. We deserve more, but we got carded out again, basically.
Fair enough. I mean, me and Ben have spoken about it on a couple of channels now, but there's been a lot of talk about VAR and refs this week, and it's tough. Obviously, it's a tough question to ask. Do you want VAR? Do you not want VAR? Because there are pros and there are obviously a lot of cons.
So I think VAR is a good thing. Technology is a good thing to have in sport because it provides accuracy and it provides the chance to make better decisions. But it's the rules that are being made for VAR that are the problem. I wouldn't actually say, okay, the referees can be a bit dodgy in this country. I mean, our quality compared to other places isn't great. But I think it's the rules that are the problem, not the referees. Because if the rules were clear to everybody, then the referee's job wouldn't be under scrutiny as much, and their decisions, their interpretations wouldn't be under scrutiny. But we're talking about football, and no matter what decisions are made, everyone's going to have different opinions. So it's like before VAR happened, a referee's decision would be made, and you'd either agree with it or disagree with it, and that's football. So I don't know.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it as kind of we go through the fixtures, because even not on this page, there's a couple questionable decisions. I think the West Souček one as well that's not even rules though. That's just they didn't show the fact that Mitrovic was shoving Souček. Souček goes to bring his arm up, like away from him, touches him on the head. That was
like that is common sense. Why haven't we got common sense in football? Why is VAR gone to the referee to say you need to look at this, and that's hinting to the ref to send it off.
Yeah.
So, it's not right at the moment, is it? We can all agree on that. But we'll get through these fixtures and then we can see what their opinions are.
Definitely. Well, to be fair with this one, I know. Well, Ben, when you say your piece on this, you love talking about context, don't you, Ben?
No, it's just because I said it once, and then we talk about the same thing, so I couldn't be like start talking about something else. So yeah, just I've basically been saying for like the past 7 weeks, it feels like that it matters about context in games. So obviously it's a great win, blah blah blah, but the context is Southampton are struggling to put out an 11 and had 2 men sent off, so it was always going to be like that. That's not taken away from the win, because it's a record equaling, but Southampton were struggling, so
It just had to be Man United, didn't it? It just had to be.
Yeah, I know. It's made that goal difference so good now as well. So even if they get like level on points on someone, there's no chance they're not going to have a better goal difference.
But the thing is that it's almost like their results that they had before, where they dropped points, are now non-existent, and because of that, they're now back in it, but they're really not.
So if that's the case, then we're a top 6 club again, battling for top 4.
Exactly, it's just not the case, though, is it?
For us, considering we've sacked our manager, we're in 4th place, almost at 4th place. Fantastic season, because if results in the past don't count.
Everton, didn't they? But we'll get into that.
But then again, if we're talking about context, the context of the league is that like Arsenal's position looks better than it is because of the teams that have got games in hand. But when those games come through and you expect points to be won or made, then Arsenal go down to like 13th. So it's the same for Chelsea and Spurs. They look better than what they are because of the games that haven't been played yet.
Yeah, definitely. Palace, Newcastle. Well done, Palace. Man City versus Burnley. Ben, give us your piece.
Did what we had to do. Won the game. It's at Burnley. It's going to be obviously a difficult game because they're going to sit back, blah blah blah. But we did what we had to do in the first half. And our defense is secure enough that we'll be able to get that clean sheet at the moment. So, yeah.
And are you gonna keep on doing City conceding in your predictions just to make sure that they don't concede?
Possibly, but I don't know yet.
Oh yeah. I've been warned. There's going to be some tactics later in the score predictions from Ben. He said he's got a surprise for us. So
I said I'm going to change up the tactics.
So we got some.
You're just going to predict 0-0 all the time.
Yeah, we have had Kieran's first weekend of predictions, and he's already got a point.
That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me.
Oh mate, with the City Liverpool game, he predicted both. He predicted 3-1, Gundogan and Foden to score. It was 4-1. Gundogan scored twice. Foden scored as well. It's like
you predicted Salah to score as well.
Huh?
You predicted Salah to score as well.
Yeah. Well, To be fair, they are quite common sense, but yeah. But Leicester 2-0 Fulham. We'll get on the table in a second. That was obviously good for Leicester. Everton 2-1 Leeds. I'm pretty sure Leeds made it tough for them. But I think Calvert-Lewin's scoring again, isn't he?
Yeah. He scored against United.
I'm telling you. I told you at the start of the season. You didn't believe me. I was laughed at, but no, I wasn't laughed at. But yeah, I think I was thinking about this. I'll be wondering what you would think about this, Tom. I would, because at the start of the season we were saying Calvert-Lewin and Abraham level, but I'd say Calvert-Lewin's better than Abraham now.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's true. Abraham doesn't.
Calvert-Lewin's been a weird one, hasn't he? So
Yeah.
he's been there. He's been at Everton for a few seasons now, hasn't he? He's been their striker for a few seasons, and he's not really cut it in the last couple of seasons. And this season is his one breakout season. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were quite bold to back him at the start of the season, but it makes sense, and it is his time to do it. And he's taking it.
I don't know. I just always liked him for some reason. So
Yeah, fair enough. But I think also Abraham has not had the game time at all this season, or to break out either. He also won't fit under Tuchel, the current system.
Yeah, Daddy Frank isn't there, is he? So, Daddy Frank isn't there to play his boys.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get onto that though, actually, because we'll get onto that.
Yeah, you say that he is playing them, but
yeah, he is playing all of them actually.
And Mount, he's playing Mount as well. But he's playing Alonso over Chilwell now.
That's just because Chilwell's a left back, Alonso's a left wing back.
Yeah, but that's because he's going to be He's going to keep on using that system.
Yeah, but I bet next season though he will not use that system.
I mean that 3-4-3 is his trademark, isn't it? So
I guess. Aston Villa 1, West Ham 3. At this point, West Ham were the best team in London.
Yeah.
I think we've overtaken them now, but I think they have games in hand. So
you're above them on goal difference. That's
but I think they have a game in hand.
No, you played the same.
Oh, play the same. Okay. Yes, with it. London's blue again. Woo.
West Ham are having such a good season, though. They are having a really good season. West Ham are having a really good season, but everyone else is not having a good season. They're both maybe.
David Moyes has got back some of his reputation, hasn't
he? Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Got a bit more. I think it's because it's like an Everton type club. So he was always going to do well there because it's not like a top club, but it's like just underneath. So he's used to working in that sort of club, and it seems to be where he works best. So
you'll be interested to see though next season if he can keep it up. I think that'll be the main thing for him.
Yeah, if they can be same for Everton as well. If they can be consistent. Yeah. So and I mean Southampton have had a better season this season, maybe not so much now.
I mean Everton got 2 games in hand.
Exactly.
They could go above Liverpool.
Yeah.
Imagine that, Fab. Well, speaking of Liverpool, Brighton won, Liverpool 0. Wow. That was your second home loss in a row. Yeah. How was that for you, Fab? Go on.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, they had a jammy goal, didn't they?
Like I deflected off one of them and then the other, and then went into it. So.
Yeah. Sounds about right for us at the moment.
What's going on, Fab? Like, come on, give me the.
I think if you're not scoring against Brighton at home, your front three is not working. There's a fault in the machine, and it requires a hefty summer signing. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. So we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't actually remember that much from that game compared to the most recent one. Now I'm trying to block the too many results.
I would be doing the same, or I am doing the same.
Fab, I haven't heard you sound so depressed on a podcast before. Bloody hell! What have we done to you?
I mean, it's just Brighton, isn't it? It's Brighton and Burnley.
Yeah, it's not good.
What even are we at the moment?
So if I did that home as well, like your fortress, it's
bad. And I think what's also a bit of a kicker as well is you've spoken a lot about Mbappe. and it's looking likely he's going to sign an extension at PSG.
Yeah, I'll see. Like Mbappe, Sancho, you need a. I think I'd be disappointed if we brought in someone like Sarr now, because he's sort of lost the hype about him, and he's probably like the cheap option. That there are good wingers out there that we could get to replace. But I think Liverpool will have to start looking now in the summer market and try and find out what they can get their hands on, because if they wait too long, it'll be too late. And if you look at this January window, we could have really done with those two centre backs in a couple of weeks earlier, but because we waited so long, we ended up sort of biting a bullet. And
Jamie Carragher did a really good section on Monday Night Football, I think it was, and he basically talked about the fact of since 2018, I think it was, or 2017 season, you basically brought in like 3 key players, which have then just elevated you. So it was like Salah came in the summer, and then it was like a midfielder and a defender, and then you did the same with Alisson, Van Dijk, and then someone else, and basically just kept on bumping yourself up, and you need that boost again. Basically, that's what he basically said. You need players, because Wijnaldum's leaving for Barcelona. That's basically done, isn't it? You need a centre back. Maybe Kabak is the one that you needed, but you're gonna have to replace Ronaldo, and you need an attacker as well. So yeah, but I don't think you're going to go out and spend, like, Mbappe is going to be like easily over 100 million, close to.
Well, it's more the fact he's out of contract soon. That's the thing. So if he does sign a contract extension, that sort of, be the end of it for us. We're not going to pay over 100 million for a player these days, unless we sold someone.
But even if Mbappe was going for less than, or going for 100 million, that would be a bargain. That would be an absolute steal.
100 million for him would be lovely.
Someone else would go for him.
Yeah. Well, from 1-0 to another, Spurs almost put me to sleep watching this game in the first half. As Ben said, context, yes, Chelsea beat Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but Spurs were rubbish, unfortunately. I thought Mount played really well. Obviously, got man of the match. He's actually, I don't know, he's looking a lot. You know how he was Lampard's kid when during the social media and all that kind of stuff, but he actually looked better under Tuchel, playing slightly further up the pitch. He's looked a lot better, and he's finding pockets. He's turned into a nightmare for defensive midfielders, because he's just finding pockets of space. Højbjerg could not keep up with him because he just runs for 90 minutes. But got a penalty.
Just that's why we hate Tottenham.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They were boring. They are boring. It's Mourinho. He's just. I just can't stand the way they play. They are like a higher up the table Burnley.
Yeah. Well, it's just with the Spurs are a one-man team and not at the same time. So without Kane, their attack loses all tooth and is really poor. Son looks lost. But when you bring in Kane, he then brings in other players in their attack. So it's like when he's in the team, they're not a one-man team. But when he's not in the team, they are a one-man team, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And even in defence, I think that their actual individual defenders aren't great, but as a unit, they work well, because they literally play 7 at the back. So, and that's really hard to get past. You've got 2 CDMs in front of the centre backs, and then basically 3 centre backs, left back, right back. Like, that's really difficult to get past. But individually, they're not great.
No,
I don't rate them at all.
Nope.
The only one that maybe's been good is Højbjerg. Højbjerg's been really good for them.
And he's been a fantastic signing for them this season.
Yeah, but then Kane and Son and Ndombele, people have been saying Ndombele's been really good. And I mean, yeah, he's good, but like I said, without Kane, they've got nothing. So they rely on Son to run through the team and score. Or
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
I mean, Kane wasn't even fully fit for the West Brom game, but Mourinho put him in because he knew how important he is to the team.
Exactly.
Even like half fit.
And it paid off. It paid off for him.
Mm.
Even though he shouldn't have been playing. He was injured. He was not.
Yeah.
He could not have been fully fit to play that game.
No.
Did you see the top left of the screen?
No. I'm blind in that area. Yeah. Another stinger, another sour one. But again, I thought we were the better team. And then we concede a sloppy goal at the start of the game and just do everything but score. That's it. That's it. It's not.
When do you think they're going to call up Unai?
Oh, never.
Good evening.
He said good evening and he's gone. So he's never coming back. But that game. I think we finished the game with like 3 centre attacking mids. We had Pepe and Saka on the left. We had we had Aubameyang up front. We literally couldn't do anything else. We couldn't do anything more. So, but Matt Ryan had a good game.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, shout out to Matt Ryan. He looked. Wasn't it a really strange? We thought it was really strange him going on loan.
Yeah,
to Villa, but fair play.
It was either him or Brunison, so I'm glad he played. But yeah, that was not a good game either.
Ooh.
Moving on.
Burnley, Brighton, Liverpool's 2 last home games, drawing. So understandably, because they both beat Liverpool at home.
Just so much. They're such good sides. They just couldn't beat each other.
I bet that game was exciting. I bet that game was exciting, more exciting than any Liverpool game right now, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the tactical masterclass. Both
Newcastle 3-2 Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
What was the red card for that?
Something stupid. Guarantee it.
Can't remember.
Who was that?
I think they ended the match with 9 men, didn't they? Because one of them got injured and they used all the subs.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how Southampton didn't equalise in that game because they were all over them at the end. I think they hit the post and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, even though they lost, it'll give Southampton confidence that game because they were like dominant in that game, for large parts of it. So, but yeah, they're still struggling with the injuries and stuff. So,
Joe Willock debut goal for Newcastle.
Yeah.
So, good thing.
I want to touch on that actually. A bunch of players have gone on loan. Minamino, Willock, Jesse Lingard, all have scored.
Yeah. They've all started.
Is it worth maybe some of these talented youngsters who don't get enough game time at the big clubs definitely go into these, I guess, smaller clubs where they're guaranteed minutes? They probably should.
Talented youngster Lingard.
No, but Minamino and Willock are youngsters. Jesse Lingard's just he's 17. He's United's next big prodigy, mate. What are you on about?
No, he's still. What do you mean? He's a young generational prodigy.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's not closer to 30 than 25. I swear.
He's basically 28-year-old youth player. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe
this is all he needed in his career. He needed to go on loan. He'd come back to United. He'll be their next Ronaldo.
But to be fair to Lingard, he's played quality for West Ham since
he actually has. As much as we're bantering, he actually has. He actually played really well. So,
I mean, you could argue Martinez should have saved a couple of at least one of his shots, but you got to shoot to got to buy a ticket to win the raffle. You know what I mean? Like, so Yeah, but yeah, even
I like that analogy, Ben.
Even like in his general play, he's been playing quality. So yeah, gotta put your hands up sometimes.
But they still couldn't beat Fulham.
No.
But that's the Souček one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Souček red card, which was overturned.
Incredible. Mike Dean's got massive abuse of it as well, hasn't he? He's even said that he's not going to referee this weekend for it, I think.
Yeah, but it was a shocking decision from him, but it does not mean that you should threaten his family.
No.
That's just English football fans for you, though, isn't it?
It's been blown up recently, isn't it, with all problems on social media? So where it really shouldn't be.
I think what's happening a bit as well is because fans out in the stadium, they can't vent the frustration in the stadium, so they're venting it online instead.
Badly as well, racistly. Abusing people's families online.
Obviously, you would still get like the online abuse and stuff like that anyway. But I think you're getting more of it because fans aren't able to actually do it in person anymore. So
maybe.
Well, what I don't understand is, sending someone a death threat is, borderline illegal, isn't it? You could get arrested for doing that. So why can't they, get a law so when you send something like that, you're personally responsible, and then it would never happen again.
It's because they feel like they can do it because they're behind the screen, they're on social media. They think they're part of the collective. They've got too much like protection for themselves, so they feel like it's okay, but it's really not. I mean, we all know, we've all been to football games. We know that you get passionate and you might disagree and you might shout and you might swear, but there's a line, isn't there? There's a limit, and that's crossing the line. So, I mean, but you're right. Like, what's going to happen to them? What's going to deter them? What kind of punishment are you going to get?
There's nothing at the moment stopping them. So you're just making your account, and that's it. You're good to go.
Yeah, fair enough. Bottle Job United back at it again. United 3, Everton 3.
It's going to come to bite you back on the arse, that,
Hey, I'm making it entertaining for the viewers. Okay, come on now.
Someone play that over. Come on.
I swear you play United at the end of the month.
Probably.
So it could come back to bite.
Oh no, yeah, but we've got relatively easy teams right now. I'll get out quickly, and then we've got Atletico Madrid, United, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, or something ridiculous. Yeah, so we got Southampton, Atletico Madrid, United, Everton, Leeds, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool.
Nice.
That's a good run of games where we're gonna win all of them. If we win all of them, though, I don't know what I'll do.
Thomas going to your head. Come on now.
Well, not title contenders, but I mean, you've got to say that something's working, haven't you? But I mean, the Man United Everton game was lovely to watch the highlights of that game for me.
Yeah,
that last minute winner. It's beautiful to watch Man United's play.
I mean, every time we've spoken about this, it's like people have either referred to it as a United loss or the Everton equaliser as a winner. Like it's the type of draw that is almost like a loss, or like almost like a win because you've gained a point out of nowhere.
Yeah, those kind of games remind me of I was at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea versus Everton, and I think we went like 2-0 down, then it went to like 3-1, then it was 3-2 to Everton, and I remember John Terry in the 94th minute scores a the Zola goal. He basically does that, but a centre-back's version of it, and scores, and the whole stadium goes absolutely ballistic because obviously it's a point gained.
Imagine that, man. Imagine being an Everton fan in that United game. You'd want to be there for that, wouldn't you? And you can't.
Oh my god, yeah.
Miss it. It's the same for City fans at Anfield. All 10 City fans that would have travelled to Liverpool, they would have gone crazy. So.
Yeah, no, I mean it's got nothing on. Have you seen the FA Cup comebacks? when we City, it was like 2004. We were 3-0 down to Tottenham at half time. Joey Barton got sent off after the halftime whistle for like abusing the referee. Came back and won 4-3. That's an FA Cup comeback for the ages.
Right, and all 15 of your fans were cheering in the stadium.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you say this, I get the banter in that, but like in Division, we were in like, I don't know, when we were in Division 3, we had like the highest attendance in that league and Division 2. So even back when we were down in the lower leagues, the support was there.
Sorry, but as an Arsenal fan, I've never known Arsenal. Arsenal have never been in anything lower than Division 1. So I would like that. So.
Sorry.
Go, he sprinkles that in, doesn't he? He mentions that, doesn't he?
But we're Arsenal in the league right now.
We've got the same chance of winning the league as Liverpool.
Are they in the top? Are they in the top 10? Sorry, wait.
No, we're not. But we've got the same chance as Liverpool and Chelsea of winning the league.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I do get like this stuff with like not like that there's no fans, but there is times where you're like, why the fans not singing, like. But I mean, me and my dad say the same thing. City fans don't sing until they've scored. Like, they're like, right, come on then, score then. Like, and they don't actually start cheering until they score. Like, it's, I don't know.
It probably doesn't, like. Obviously you've got, because I was actually looking at history for like Man City and United, and because Man City is actually owned by Manchester City Council, isn't it? Or the stadium is, or something.
Well, I think it used to be, but oh no, I think it is. I think it's like part owned between the council and the club. Yeah.
And normally, like Liverpool and Everton is like Catholic Protestant clubs. So and is I don't know if that's the same for the Manchester clubs, but like, I mean, Man City generally don't have as much history as Man United. And maybe that's why you've got this massive stadium to fill, and maybe you just don't have the backing that other clubs do. I'm not sure, or maybe not here, maybe somewhere else. But like I said, you've got your network of like clubs and stuff that you've got around the world, so you've got fans. It's just, have you got the kind of legacy? Is there anything I'd say?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've said this before. Every club's got history, but some have just got more successful history than others, and obviously that helps. But like, I think, like you say, we've got this stadium. I can't remember if it's part owned between the club and the council, or the council own it, or I think City. It might be that City own it, but they have to get planning permission off the council to be able to expand it or something like that. But yeah, I think it's a strange one as well, because it's not like there's never been good atmospheres at City, because I mean, it's a relatively new stadium. So back when it first opened in 2003, like, it suffered from the same that every new stadium suffers from, where the atmospheres are never as good, like blah blah blah. But
you need moments to happen in the stadium for it to get that energy, that buzz.
But there has been games where the atmosphere has been cracking. Like, I remember, I think the 2-1 win against Liverpool in the 18-19 season, the atmosphere then was unreal. I think the quarter-final win against PSG in like 2015, atmosphere was great. It's usually the top 6 games, the atmosphere is quality. All the others are like,
I mean, we like, I've seen as well when you go into Swansea for a game, and you've got the Jack Army, who no matter what's happening, they'll still be going, they'll be singing their hearts out. But that's a small part of the crowd. The rest of the crowd is just like family tickets, and they just sit there and watch the game.
Well, yeah, Swansea's really quiet.
Yeah, but everyone's got those fans that are constantly on it. So the Kop, for example, for Liverpool, you've got the North Bank at Arsenal, who are the louder ones, but the rest of the stadium,
the shed end at Chelsea.
just family. Like, you just, not everyone's a season ticket holder. Not everyone's like a die-hard supporter.
Yeah.
You just support the club.
I remember the City game. I went with Kieran and a couple of our mates. The Swansea City versus Manchester City FA Cup game where Swansea were beating City 2-0 at half time, and you'd think the whole stadium would be going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
The City fans were still louder.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. City fans losing 2-0 should be silent.
And then usually the away fans would be for the City away fans would be the ones that would be making noise anyway. So any away fans would be loud because they're the die-hard fans. They will
I think City put their loudest fans. They put them right next to the away fans.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always like abuse being shouted across and stuff. It's funny.
Right. What are we missing out on here? Come on, reminiscing over here.
That was a nice little segment, I normally try and find. I think earlier I've got my clip from Fab, but that was a nice little segment. I may clip it. We'll see. Spurs 2, West Brom 0. You mentioned that Kane was brought back in for it, even though he's injured, which could be a risk considering Spurs play City next.
City,
I mean,
yeah, I know they're looking so good. I'm saying it could be a problem for Spurs. If they push Kane too hard, he might not be fully fit for City.
I mean, even a half fit Kane improves them. Like shown by that game. I think I was watching some of the highlights that they were talking about, and it was like he was like spraying balls about, so it's showing the effects he had. But then, because he isn't fully fit, there was some chances where you would think he was just going to hit that first time, but he came back onto his right foot or one of his feet. I forgot which one, or he wasn't quite 100% in the sprint because he was like just being a bit more cautious. So unless he's sorted that by next week, he'll still be like that. And if he starts, that is.
The City fans that I've spoken to, they're always scared about Son more than Kane. Son's always the one that
Son,
tears you up sometimes.
Yeah.
So
his Son's the because in previous seasons our defense has been awful, so we've just not been able to cope with Son at all. They'll counter attack, and with Son's pace and the defense we had, no chance.
Yeah.
Like he just absolutely destroyed the defense.
But then saying that Son isn't much without Kane, so it kind of works both ways, doesn't it, a little bit? So they make each other better. There's no doubt about that. So,
yeah, definitely. What? Wolves have started getting some results. They drew against us a while ago. They've beaten Arsenal. They've drawn with Leicester.
They're not playing too good though. They're not playing.
Yeah, but that's like United though. They not play very good and just grind out results.
Yeah.
They're having to because they're struggling without Jimenez. I've got a little fact about that game. I saw it on Twitter. It was like, what is it, Opta Joe or something? It was like out of the Premier League ties who have played 5+ games, Wolves Leicester has finished 0-0 in 50% of the games played between each other, which is the highest percentage of any fixture. So, like I don't know what it is about that game, but they just don't seem to score against each other.
Similar play styles, I think. They sort of play kind of sit back, even though they're good quality sides, they'll sit back and hit on the counter every time. They don't like too much possession.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I don't think I watched the second half of that game. I think the only chances were towards the end. I think Fabio Silva had one that saved by Schmeichel, and then Vardy he had a good chance to win it at the end. But apart from that, I don't think it was an interesting game really to watch. It wasn't. But either team could have won it at the end. I'm not pretty sure. So
Wolves are just going like ultra defensive like at the moment because they're having to, because they need to pick up those results because they're struggling for I mean, obviously there's the Jimenez injury, but then there's other stuff like that's not quite clicking.
I've had no signings as well, I think.
Working. Yeah.
Very few signings.
Yeah. I mean, William Jose might be all right, but
yeah. Yeah, well, we spoke about a tight game. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 4. Someone's happy, someone's not. The purple show is blue. We'll give the mic to Ben first. Let him say his piece, and then we'll let Fab have
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been saying it. It feels like past 7 weeks as well. But I would talk about context again. Liverpool obviously had injuries in defence, but we had De Bruyne and Aguero out. So, it's probably shows that we've got a better squad. But I mean, obviously I'm buzzing because we won at Anfield. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I just couldn't see us winning at Anfield. Like I say, it's been since 2003. So, but yeah, I'm obviously happy. But yeah, Foden playing unreal. Gundogan scoring goals. Sterling getting a goal against his old club. Decent.
What can you ask for?
Yeah.
Fab. I see an unwanted smile on your face. I can see that. So, go
on. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of similar story to the other defeats, really. Something's not quite clicking. I will say, on one hand, if it takes a pandemic, no supporters in the stands, our entire defense centre backs out, and 2 consecutive goalkeeper mistakes from arguably the best goalkeeper in the world for you guys to win at Anfield. I'm not going to be, too hopped up about it.
I mean, I get it, but yeah.
We do have a point. Since 2003, it is good, but then
But did you lose? But did you lose that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see the score in front of me.
I mean, I get the other stuff. It's the injuries. Like, I mean, I agree that you got injuries in defense, but we had De Bruyne and Aguero out, which does that kind of balance it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, what I'll say is, I do come up with those excuses. I personally think it's quite funny. Those, because on the one hand, I do have a point, right? There's a lot of stuff coming together that's put our season, but on the other hand, we've got to be upfront about it, and I think Klopp has been pretty upfront about it as well. He didn't really make that many excuses.
Did you see how rude he was to one of the?
He doesn't like Jeff Shreves. He just doesn't like Jeff Shreves.
No, it was a foreign interviewer. He just said, "You've got 2 questions. Why are you asking this question?"
That was Jeff Shreves.
Well, that was Jeff Shreves.
Yeah.
I think Klopp's a competitive manager. He's never going to be happy when he loses, and I think you have to understand that he's that competitive. People, you see it in stuff like tennis all the time. To be a serial winner in tennis, you have to have a winning mentality, and that does mean, when you have to dig in deep and take those losses, you're not a very nice person, because if you were a nice person when you lost, you wouldn't have that drive afterwards to go and get back to winning. So you
don't want your manager to be a good loser, do you? So
exactly. So that's why I'm saying Klopp's never gotten amazingly well with we had that report the other day, like asking stupid questions, trying to like take it personally.
Yeah.
So I think you don't get too dragged on about media stuff, but at the end of the day, I think Klopp's taking a hit, and I think the club now, if it didn't take those 2 consecutive home defeats to Burnley and Brighton, a bit of a wake up call that you can't get away with keeping the same front 3 for over 3 seasons and just expecting them to perform. You need to reinvest in the club, and like Ben mentioned earlier, you need that key player to bring in. And you know what, I kind of trust that they're already working on that. I think Michael Edwards is a key man, bit of a genius, and I'll trust them to bring in what they think the club needs next summer, to keep us as title contenders. Because I will say now, we're not going to win the PL. I think that's off the cards. We'll aim for top 4, and I think we'll get it.
Easy.
Said it. You said it.
I mean, even to be honest, after the Brighton game, I was sort of like, it's going to be tough either way. So aim for top 4, and you know what? Just have fun with the Champions League. Champions League, you're not going to run into teams that park the bus if they don't score quite a few.
Yeah, but City didn't park the bus.
I saw some people being like, "Oh, Liverpool might not get top 4 now." I was like, "No, that's loaded."
It'd be like tight, but I think to be fair, if we didn't make top 4 and didn't get Champions League next season, there'd be alarm bells ringing. Who knows? It might sort of be a blessing in disguise. We'd definitely lose Wijnaldum, and we'd probably lose one of our front 3.
I think you'll get top 4 easy though.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But
Ben, do you remember my predictions for Never a Foul podcast?
Did you say Liverpool dropped out?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But no, that was more because of like the pressure I was put under. I was like,
oh yeah. It's peer pressure. Peer pressure.
City, Chelsea, United, Leicester. I also did it for a reaction because I knew the other guy was a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
How long until Klopp out is trending?
I was just about to ask, what's your views on Klopp out? Yeah.
I think I said it before in the last one. I just load of bollocks, really. It's just, honestly, it's more rival fans trying to stir the pot. They've got no notifications on for any Liverpool announcement, and I'll just put a hashtag Klopp out comment underneath to get a reaction from everyone. I think every sort of legitimate Liverpool supporter that I've seen, heard, or talked to has disagreed with the Klopp out. So I'll see it when I believe it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How much longer has he got though? When's his contract?
He's got at least until the end of next season. Especially if he makes top 4. I'd say if he missed out on top 4.
I think as just on the game again, I think it's also worth mentioning. Apparently, Alisson was ill, wasn't he? And he just come back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, any player who's played football, I mean, obviously, I'm still happy that we won. But any player that plays football knows if you're ill, so you're not feeling 100%, it makes the chance of you making a mistake a lot higher. And some one of the mistakes, he just passes it straight to Bernardo, but the other one, he passes it to someone, and then it's like gone to a different phase of play, and then he does it again.
It's 2 consecutive in a row passes. But I mean, to be honest, Karius in the Champions League got minor head concussion. You can come up with reasons why, and they're probably legitimate, but at the end of the day, he made 2 pretty massive mistakes, and probably the biggest Premier League game of the season for us. So he's obviously going to take that to heart, but I think he's made mistakes before, and it's never been a problem for him mentally. I think he'll just come out stronger.
I mean, that just highlights the quality of City though, because they're ruthless. He made the chances, but they still have to score. They may have got the ball like really high up the pitch near the box, but like the ball from Bernardo Silva over Alisson to then go to Sterling, that's quality. Like you can't.
Foden run for the second goal, and was it the first? The first mistake. Foden's run for the first mistake past Henderson was lovely, and then obviously his goal as well was brilliant. So
I can't tell if that Bernardo pass he was actually just trying to dink it in, but it went to Sterling. Like I can't tell.
Either way, it takes a bit of balls to do that.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe a bit of both. Maybe Sterling was still going to put it in either way, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Foden as well. I mean, okay, you can say like Liverpool, like they lost the game for themselves because of Alisson, but Foden did play really well, and I'm glad that Foden's got the recognition instead of Alisson's mistakes. So instead of the game being Alisson has made these 2 errors, it's Foden played outstandingly well. So
we'll have to talk about England soon, because like obviously Euros are coming up and we've got some decent talent coming through, like you say, Foden, Grealish, Madison in that position, Saka, you know, all these players that you would say probably be going. Stones is playing well again, I guess, but you know.
Stones, like, maybe we should do like a squad video for England. That might bring up some. But you mentioned Stones has been quality for him. Yeah, he's almost him and Diaz are your starting centre backs. Yeah. Laporte's not getting a look in, and that's Laporte.
Yeah, so, I didn't see that coming, to be honest. But
so, the fact that Laporte's playing left back sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you can like get him into the team at the moment, playing left back.
Yeah.
All right. Sheffield United 1, Chelsea 2. Decent result. I thought Sheffield United played really well, actually, and possibly under Lampard we could have lost our heads. Yeah, just a decent result, really. And to be fair, yes, we conceded, but still Chelsea only scored. Only Chelsea players have scored under the Tuchel regime. Rudiger's shocking own goal.
That was really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
He's got that mistake in him all the time, I think. And Jorginho's just showing his worth in the team for scoring again.
Yeah, true. But I think
it's a lot of critics, doesn't he?
I think Rudiger actually, literally, apart from that own goal, obviously it makes your game wasn't that good if you scored an own goal. But apart from that, I thought he was brilliant. He really put some really good blocks in and stuff like that. So fair enough. And I guess well done, Leeds.
You weren't a fan of Rudiger, were you, previously?
He played really badly in Lampard's first season. Made a lot of mistakes.
I think he's always got that mistake in him, and that's never good to have in the team.
Yeah.
If that mistake had happened against someone that wasn't Sheffield, then you'd be like slandering him. And if you didn't go on to win the game, you'd be screaming.
Yeah. So, Jorginho did bail him out.
Yeah.
But I just want to mention on that, actually, Werner, man of the match. Could he be getting into the getting some confidence back?
It's gotta be good for you. He does.
You're still paying your Werner tax, so we'll wait and see.
All right. League table time, and then Fab, do you want to jump off and then we can just text us? We'll do the predictions when you go. Is that all right?
Yeah, awesome.
City top of the table, 5 wins in the last 5. They've won the league. With it, game
over. Like, we've still got to go and actually do it. Like
game in hand though. You go 8 points clear.
We were 8 points behind United when we won it first time.
True, but hopefully United are bottle jobs.
You've got some tough games as well coming up. To be fair, I say tough games, but
like we like obviously we're in a promising position, but we've got to go and finish the job. You got to go and do the job.
You're playing Spurs, Everton, Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'd say only Everton's harder out of those 3.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
And then we've got United at the start of March.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. That'll be a good game.
You gotta see it through. Like
that's a 6-point game right there, though.
Yeah. But there's no point being top now. You got to see it through, you know.
Yeah. Well, Leicester pretty solidly in the top 3. 2 points behind United. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Even though they did lose recently, but fair play. Liverpool.
Not used to seeing those losses.
Below Leicester. Liverpool are below Leicester.
So are you, Tom.
I didn't just win the Champions League and the Premier League last 2 seasons, did I? Did we?
Oh, you know what? That's quite nice of you bringing that back up. I forgot.
But then Chelsea 1 point behind Liverpool. Who'd have thought that would happen this season?
Oh yeah.
We talk about bridging the gap between. We were trying to bridge the gap between Chelsea and Man City, Liverpool. We done it with Liverpool. West Ham in good form. 23 games played, 39 points. Same as Chelsea. We've just got 14 goal difference. They have 6. Everton, 2 games in hand on the teams above. They go joint third with Leicester if they win them.
This is why it's crazy. Like if you look at Everton, Tottenham, Villa, they've all got games in hand, and they can basically just replace the 3 above them.
So Spurs would go joint with Chelsea, West Ham. Everton would go joint third. Villa would go the English fourth. Villa would go fourth.
All I'm seeing is that Liverpool could be 6th. Chelsea could be like 7th. Yeah,
if they win those games in hand, though.
Yeah, if they win those games, but that's still crazy that that's possible.
It's a crazy season. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I've said Villa from the start could be top 6, top 4. So that would be interesting, definitely. But yeah, so as you said before, if those teams win those games in hand, the table changes drastically.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the points difference between those positions is nothing if they win those. There's no it's if you lose 2 games, you drop 10 positions.
Yeah.
Crazy. There's Arsenal. Oh, there you are.
That's what we've done. Look at those last 3 results. So if those are wins, if those last 2 are wins, then we're in a completely different position, and that's what's crazy. Well, but then Southampton have got the game in hand, so they can go above. So that puts us at 12th. So, it's mad. It's mad. We'd be lucky to get European football. Let's be honest.
But I think European football might be good for you. Get kind of next season. That means you can really push in the Premier League.
Yeah, but if we want to make any signings, then they're going to have to.
You've got the talent, haven't you? Now you got the youth talent.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, the ones that are dropped, you've kind of seen. If you look at that bottom half there, you've seen Arsenal, Wolves, maybe Southampton are the ones that have dropped down, and then Leeds, Villa, even maybe Everton have replaced it.
Yeah.
So, but it's not pretty. That's not pretty at all.
No. But Southampton's run of form's been shocking. Last 5 losses in 5.
But from that, they started so well. Though they started really well. So it just dropped off.
And do we think that bottom 3 will be the bottom 3?
Yeah.
I think Sheffield will escape it.
Oh, I don't know.
They're 12 points behind Burnley, and Burnley have a game in hand.
I don't think it's anywhere back.
They're only 4 points behind Fulham, but they wouldn't get
Fulham
that relegation.
But Fulham are 8 points behind Burnley.
Maybe I reckon Sheffield will come off the bottom, but they're not gonna. I don't think they can escape it now.
No, they can't escape. It'd be a miracle if they escape it.
Yeah.
Like if Chelsea won the league.
They'll do it. I'm putting money on it tonight.
You'd win thousands. The odds on that not be pretty. They're not.
Fab, do you want to give us your predictions for these games, and then we'll let you go?
Okay. 2-0 Liverpool.
Where's it? Not fast enough. Who are they playing? Leicester.
Yeah. So 2-0 Liverpool. Then for City, Tottenham, I'd go with 2-2.
2-2.
Mm.
Is that just what you want, really?
I think Mourinho's come up against Pep a lot. I think he's got his number a little bit from now and again. And I think he might, especially with Kane back, they'll catch him on the counter. And sort of, you can see with the City defense, they can get caught off guard. I think.
Not of late, though.
Well, I just say people have been singing praise about like Diaz and Cancelo, but they haven't really had to defend yet. And so when they actually do have to defend, they can get caught off guard because they're so used to just controlling possession. And you saw in that game, Diaz, it was a weak pen, but he got caught there, and it's easy to think the City defense is impossible to get through. But once you get a little bit of possession and you do what Spurs do best, which is hit you on the counter, I think they could do some damage.
Sure, it's the counter attack, isn't it? That's how Spurs play. And Man City will play how they into their hands, really, won't they? But said that about Chelsea as well. But
it's how teams beat City these days. Like when we beat City, it was through counter-attacking football.
Yeah.
So I think they stand a good chance in nabbing a point there. If they play well. We doing Arsenal Leeds?
Yeah, Arsenal Leeds, please.
Leeds are a bit in form at the moment, so I'd probably go 2-2 as well.
Cool. And Chelsea, Newcastle.
3-0 Chelsea. I think Newcastle are poor, and they've lost Wilson as well.
Fair enough. All right. Well, cheers for coming on, fam.
All right. Cheers, boys.
In a bit. Bye-bye.
In a bit.
All right. So predictions. We'll go with the Leicester City Liverpool game. It's going to be tough for the minute.
Honestly, I'll go Leicester. I think it could be 4 in a row for Leicester. Leicester got Vardy back as well. So, and to be fair, I might go 2-0 Leicester. I'm gonna go 2-0 Leicester.
2-0 Leicester. Ooh, at least Fab's not here. Those would be fuming.
Did Fab go for a draw or a Liverpool win?
He went 2-0 Liverpool.
Ooh.
What are you going, man?
I'll go 1-0.
I was about to go 1-0.
Go for it.
No, I'll go 2-0.
2-0.
I'll go 2-0.
I just don't trust Liverpool.
Oh, no. But at the same time, though, you think Klopp's going to really get into them.
Oh, yeah. But I hope it doesn't happen. I mean, I don't work.
If it doesn't happen, you have a chance to get in top 4.
You're laughing. You're joking.
City versus Spurs.
Probably Man City. It's got to be. I'm going for I'll go 3-0 City.
3-0.
Go on, Ben. What should be tactics?
I'm torn between 2-1 and 3-1 City.
So you're still conceding a goal.
Yeah.
How's that performance at Anfield?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But Spurs probably will get a goal. Even though I said 3-0, they're probably more likely to get a goal than not.
Yeah. I don't know. You go, Tom. You go.
2-0 City.
2-0.
I think that's what I think. I don't think you'd be able to score 3 or 4 against Mourinho's side.
Yeah.
Something would have to really go right in attack for you to score 3 or 4 against a Mourinho side.
Hopefully, really wrong for Tottenham.
I'll go 2-1 City.
2-1 City. Alrighty. Arsenal versus Leeds.
High scoring game. This is a lead.
Oh, yeah, true.
I reckon this is going to be we'll have Leno back, and we'll have David Luiz back. That's not a good thing. I reckon it's going to be like a.
What was it?
3-2 Arsenal. 5-goal game.
5-goal game. Blimey.
Will be high scoring.
Hmm.
It's either 3-1 Arsenal or 3-2. But Leeds are indecent. I'll go 3-2 as well.
I think the way Leeds play will play perfectly into Arsenal's hands, because you know how you've said that you dominate possession and you have kind of should be scoring and stuff. Leeds can be quite open, and that could play into your hands quite nicely. It's like how United
play against us, because Leeds, when they counter,
of course,
they counter with 9 men.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the goalkeeper is not sprinting up the pitch as well.
Bellier just getting on the end of a cross.
Yeah, yeah, he would. And Bielsa would clap it.
Yeah, Bielsa's like fantastic. Yeah,
Where's my bucket? Come on.
Got to go and take a seat. I'm dizzy from that one.
Yeah.
Because you guys have gone so high, I'm going 1-0 Arsenal.
Brave.
Hey, I want to get these prediction points. If you guys got the same score, I'm not going to go the same score.
I
mean, I can go the same score because my thinking is if I go same score, I'm not going to lose points, but I can gain points.
Fair enough. So it's like your tactic. You're just going to get the same score as most people.
Yeah.
It's not bad, you know. It's not bad. If you always pick the leader, then
yeah.
Like once I've got the points on the board, that's when I can start to go my own way. But I need to get the points on the board first.
That's true.
It's a rebuilding process.
You can't have Kieran fans on points and you not having done it for how many weeks now?
It's a rebuilding process. I'm going to the transfer market. I've gone for the transfer targets. I mean, you know.
You're just scoping it. You're just testing the water.
I've got to sort of get him into the right tactics and get him playing just right. So I'm gonna. I'll get there. Okay. I'm City at the start of the season at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you'll just start getting like 4, 5, 6 points.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay. Cam, Chelsea, Newcastle.
It's got to be Chelsea, doesn't it? It has to be. I'll go for 3-0 Chelsea. I think Fab said 3-0 Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-0 Chelsea. I've gone for a lot of goals this week.
Yeah. It's gonna be like KG affairs, 0-0 all over it shop now.
Yeah.
3-0.
3-0. Well, obviously I can't go 3-0, can I? Because all three of you have gone 3-0.
You can. You're going to be dropping points if it comes through. So.
Yeah.
Ben's right.
Yeah, true. That is true. Should we will it into existence if I say 3-0?
Yeah, I think that is probably the best result to go for though, because
I'm going 3-0.
Like, if that's the best one, it's the best one. You can't help it.
No, yeah, I've got to think clever. You know what I mean? Like I've got to change.
No, I'm not. I'm going 3-1.
Oh, I've got to change something.
I'm going to go 3-1. I think we might concede.
You might have just ruined it for yourself there.
Yeah. Okay, it's done. Set in stone. It's finished. City game. Fab 2-2. Cam 3-0. Ben 2-1. Tom 2-0. Chelsea game, Fab 3-0, Cam 3-0, Ben 3-0, Tom 3-1. Arsenal game, Fab 2-2, Cam 3-2, Ben 3-2, Tom 1-0. And Liverpool game, Fab 0-2, Cam 2-0, Ben 1-1, Tom 2-2.
Very good. Very good.
There are our predictions. Do make sure you check out the tweet and comment your predictions down below.
I need to sign. I'm in the process of signing Ruben Diaz now, and then I'm getting the point.
Yeah, so if you want to hear more of Ben's ridiculous analogies, then you can do subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We are creeping towards that 700 subscriber mark right now. That would be lovely to hit that very shortly. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
No, I just hope we have to win against Leeds. That's what I'm saying. That's otherwise, we will see where it's me.
We will see. We will see. If you want to see Cam's reaction to that game, do check us out on Sunday. This is obviously out on Tuesday because we had I was moving back into uni on Sunday, so we had a different video, but she's done really badly in terms of views. But thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.